Hey guys, I just wanted to send a quick shout out to Knights of Last Call. They have been very inspirational to me and very informative. I love their Discord, and the idea for this video actually came from a Patreon there from their Discord asking, hey, what about the different deities of different ancestries? What's up with that? So, hey, here's the answer to that question. If you haven't checked out Knights of Last Call, please check out their videos, become a patron. They're a great community of guys. Alright, now on with the show. To kick off this series, we'll start with the Dwarven Pantheon. What do the gods of the dwarves say about the dwarven society, and what ideals do the dwarves value most? We'll explore that today on Golarion in depth. Just for a little background information, most of the adventures in Pathfinder and in Pathfinder 2nd Edition take place in the Inner Sea. The Inner Sea has 20 deities, I'll just call them the core deities, that most people know about and are very familiar with. I'm not going to go into all of them in this video, but one does stand out. Torag. He's probably the most well known of the Dwarven gods. The dwarves believed that Torag created the world at his great forge, striking it again and again with his great hammer to get the shape he desired. As the rocks tumbled and the sparks flew, the dwarves were born, made of stone, with bellies full of fire. These dwarves were created in deep, dark lands, and were perfectly suited to their environment. Torag ruled them justly and for centuries, and they worked hard to be worthy of his approval. He gave them a single prophecy, that one day the earth would shake, and that they would leave their darkened homes and press upwards in the quest for sky. When Earthfall struck in negative 5293 AR, the dwarves took this as a fulfillment of this prophecy. Torag is known as the Father of Creation, or the Forge Father. He is the head of the Dwarven Pantheon and is most visible of the Dwarven Deities, to the extent that Torag is the only Dwarven deity that most non-dwarves know of. While other Dwarven gods represent specific areas of the Dwarven life and culture, Torag's areas of concern are those most central to the Dwarven society. In his own family, Torag models the value of community and protection that have cemented deep-rooted relationships among the Dwarven clans. His edicts include: be honorable and forthright, keep your word, respect the forge, and serve your people. Torag may bless you with supernatural repairs of your equipments by granting you Dwarven ancestry feats even if you're not a dwarf, and preventing you from becoming fatigued as you watch over others. With Torag as their patriarch, the Dwarven gods make up one large family. Torag is joined by his brother Magrim and Angradd, his half-sister Drangvit, and his wife Folgrit. His children are Bolka, Grundenar, Coles, and Trude. Torag's former evil student, Droskar, is still technically part of the Dwarven Pantheon, but is rarely invoked by any save the Duergar. Magrim is Torag's older brother, and despite being firstborn, he still recognizes Torag as the creator of the dwarves and higher ranking. But Magrim is still uniquely respected due to his age as the eldest of the Dwarven deities. Magrim is the overseer of the Dwarven afterlife and works closely with Pharasma, repairing damaged souls at her request when they arrive in the boneyard. His original home was Magrim's cloister, near Torag's realm, but he is rarely seen there. More often he was found in Rune Barrow, a cave tomb in the boneyard, which only Magrim's agents and psychopumps can enter without his permission. Magrim's edicts include perfect a craft or a trade, carve runes, destroy undead, and aid others with completing unfinished tasks. Angradd is the youngest of the three Dwarven brothers. Whereas Torag is a beacon of defense, Angradd actively and aggressively seeks out threats to eliminate them. Followers of Angradd seek out and oppose evil wherever they can, and often compare themselves to a purifying flame that gains strength as it burns more foes. Against strong foes, they plan for a strategy and patiently build their strength and alliances for the chance of victory. Angradd's edicts include seek and destroy evil, study evil, and learn the best ways to destroy it, train others in the righteous way. Drangvit, Torag's half-sister, is a Dwarven deity, but is often seen as a necessary evil rather than a beloved deity. Most pay her worship only when they know they have wronged someone. The only dwarves who choose her as their actual patron are normally those consumed by hatred and nothing else. The Debtminder's edicts include help reclaim just debts and seek appropriate vengeance against transgressions. Folgrit is the wife of Torag and thus has a prominent role in the Dwarven Pantheon. She is patient with her husband and tries to stop him from worrying too much, but also makes sure that he is aware of the burden of responsibility. Folgrit is the goddess of wives, mothers, and children, and is also the goddess of widows and orphans. Her edicts include maintain the sanctity of the home, remain patient with others, and take in those without families. Bolka, the Golden Gift, is the daughter of Torag and Folgrit. As the Dwarven goddess of marriage, she helps reluctant suitors summon the courage to ask out their partners, and helps foster love between the partners in an arranged marriage. Her edicts include encourage those seeking love, seek the beauty in others, and support others' relationships. Grundenar is one of Torag's sons and is the Dwarven god of friendship and loyalty. He is experienced at breaking up fights over his sister Bolka and has developed quite a strong sense of diplomacy. He uses this skill to end feuds, encourage neighborly conduct among his followers, and works to ensure that dwarves remember friends they haven't seen in many years. His edicts include attempt to bridge the gap between feuding sides, maintain just treaties, and maintain relationships with neighbors. Coles, the Oath Keeper, is the Dwarven god of duty. His personal duties are following and serving his father Torag and protecting his siblings. He is also the deity tasked with exacting punishment on those who would shirk their responsibilities or break sworn oaths. His edicts include seek those that break their oaths and enforce just restitution, and to uphold your promises. Trude the Mighty is a deity almost entirely worshipped by dwarves alone. He is the youngest son of Torag, and despite his relatively young age, he is the strongest deity in the Dwarven Pantheon. As a result, he is often left to guard his father's halls while Torag is absent. His edicts include offer your strength to aid others, and protect those who are weaker than you. And finally, Droskar. Droskar believes that sufficient toil leads to eventual success, and those that fail simply were not trying hard enough. In the pursuit of his goal, Droskar believes that one should be free to do whatever is necessary to accomplish one's goals, even if that includes lying, cheating, exploiting others, or even worse, committing crimes. Droskar was originally one of the greatest student smiths of Torag, until it was discovered that he had been copying his work from another whom he had enslaved. For this, he was cursed by the Father of Creation to never be able to create an original work, and he was cast out. After Earthfall, Droskar heard the prayers of the dwarves who had refused to follow the quest for Sky and chose to remain in the Darklands. Left behind by their kin and abandoned by Torag, they cried out for help against the enemies that surrounded them. Droskar offered them power and protection, allowing them to reclaim their shattered empire in exchange for eternal servitude. The dwarves saw the trade as fair, and as they accepted Droskar's patronage, their skin turned gray and they became Droskar's chosen people, the Duergar. Droskar's edicts include: achieve goals at any cost, continually improve your abilities, establish dominance, and work ceaselessly. I hope you've enjoyed this overview of the Dwarven Deities. I know it's a little bit longer than my normal videos, but perhaps you like the longer format. Please let me know. If you like this video, please give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And if you are interested in more Dwarven lore, be on the lookout for Pathfinder's Lost Omens High Helm, expected to release in June of 2023. Until next time, happy gaming.